Hey everyone, Coach Nick from Match Point Tennis. Are you hitting too many forehands long? Well, in this video, we're going to give you 2 reasons why you may be doing that, and we're going to give you some ways to fix that in order to improve your forehand. So let's go ahead and get started. The number one reason why you're probably hitting your forehand long is that your racket face is open on contact. See how it's laid back here? When we hit forehands, backhands, we want that racket face to be closed or neutral on contact vertical. So let's go ahead and see how we can fix that and make sure your racket face is closed on contact. Using the net or the fence is a great guide to help ensure that you are hitting the ball at contact with a closed or here neutral racket face. So what we want to do is you can actually come take some practice swings and see if your racket face is open on contact. And the fix here is going to be, we're actually going to set our racket face touching the net, flush parallel with the net. And then we're actually going to back up the swing to the unit turn. So watch what I'm going to do. And I want you to do this about 10 to 15 times. So you're going to bring it back. And what I want you to notice is if you look at my racket face at my unit turn, my strings are closed. They're pointing down to the ground. And we need that on our forehand to ensure that when we come up to the contact, our racket face is vertical, and that is going to help ensure that we can hit topspin on our forehand. So your number one fix here is use the net as your nice visual, and from contact point, back it up to unit turn. Make sure your strings are pointed at the ground and practice coming up to the net. And I want you to do that maybe 10 to 15 times. The second reason why you may be hitting forehands too deep or too long in the court is that you're just hitting with too much power. And in order to help you get the ball back into the court but maintain that power level is we are going to increase our upward angle of attack on our forehand. And so I'm going to be using my Topspin Pro, and you can see this is a pretty vertical line of attack. And what I want to make sure is clear, using our first example, when you make contact with the ball, you better make sure your racket face here is vertical, because if it's open and you're increasing your line of attack, a point of attack, your ball is going to go into the trees. So you really want to make sure that you're increasing your line of attack, and so you're going to follow this plane. You can start really slow here, and just to make sure you're following that plane up, you can see racket strings are closed, and I'm practicing this angle of attack. I'm increasing the angle of attack. Now what that'll do is it's going to impart more topspin on the ball, and it's going to help your ball land shorter. So if you're one of those people, I like to hit the ball hard, great. Keep the swing speed up, but increase your angle of attack. Now this may be landing the ball way too short, and you might say, Nick, this is way too vertical. Right, you have to mess with the angle of attack. Maybe it's not like this. Maybe for you it's here on that angle of attack. And so you can change it and come up. But the point is, if you're hitting the forehand too long and you're hitting with too much power, you want to increase the angle of attack from that low to high. Right, we finished that forehand high, and you're going to have to mess around with that with different angles to find the angle that suits your game the best. So it's nice with the Topspin Pro, but you can also do this with some hand feedings, and you're going to see right now that I'm trying to increase the angle of attack on my hand feeds. And it's just a matter of playing around with that until you find the angle of attack that suits your game, where you're consistently hitting balls in the court and not long. So there you have it, the 2 reasons why you may be hitting forehands long. Number 1, your racket face may be open on the point of contact, and number 2, you're just hitting with too much power. So take the advice that we gave here, implement it into your game, and you're going to hit better forehands. So if you like the video, please subscribe below, hit the bell notifications. We update videos twice a week. This is Nick from Match Point Tennis, and we'll see you next time.